from the winners of this, they've largely sold their message on negative campaigning around fear and things. And the real challenge now is to actually get the positives out of this decision about how we make this region go forward without amalgamation. And they need to think about that. I congratulate them. I'm not taking away the resounding defeat. And their tactics were clever and they worked. But it doesn't take away the challenges we still have as a region, socially, economically, job-wise, population-wise. If you go on the expressway in the morning or at night, 5 to 1 the vehicles are coming from Napier to Hastings to work in the morning, going home at night. Yet as you've just said, 80-something% of the Napier people said we don't want to have a bar of amalgamation. So that's a really interesting sort of dynamic that goes on. Quite happy to use the employment and prosper from the region, but actually we wouldn't want to amalgamate the councils. I'm at a loss to understand some of that psyche. One of the things one would argue, and I would certainly argue this, that if the amalgamation conversation hadn't been going on in Hawke's Bay, we would not have made the progress we've actually made, even though it's been small, on shared services. The international evidence would say that when people are threatened by amalgamation, they really look at shared services. When no amalgamation threat, they often go back to the status quo. So one of the challenges will be, what does the status quo mean? Are we still going to do shared services on amalgamation, without amalgamation? And I'm not talking about buying light bulbs or insurance or cars. Shared services, if they're going to have any real meaningful value, will have to get into the service delivery side. That's building consenting, roading, waters. That's where the value can be gained out of shared services. But of course that fundamentally impacts on staffing regimes, people, the things that are actually harder to manage.